everyone, welcome to Builds by Jennett. Today we are building a 15k starter home. So when I was thinking about what to build for this video, I was thinking more kind of build challenges to make things a little bit more tricky for myself, because I love building starter homes. They're one of my favourite things to build, and having a 20k limit isn't really that hard. You can build quite a nice house for less than 20k. I know it's unbelievable if you look at all the starter homes in the game that EA build, because they're very, very sad. But obviously they have various rules and restrictions and blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to try and make it just a little bit harder and build a starter house for 15k. Unsurprisingly, the landscaping is debug. There is no way you could get a nicely landscaped home for under 15k. Even if you made it super, super small, which I didn't want to do. So I do use debug for the landscaping and a couple of the decorations and a few little clutter items that you see me putting in later. But the rest of it is obviously paid for as usual. I decided to keep it as kind of a 1-room plus bathroom house. You can see now I've got a sofa in that big room. But I do swap that out for a bed in a minute, because I realised that adding a separate bedroom would just be entirely impossible. So that sofa does go out for a bed in a second. Because I was using debug for landscaping, some of the furniture is a little bit nicer. It's not all kind of the cheapest furniture. The kitchen is, unfortunately, because the price jump between the cheapest item and the next cheapest item is just insane. It's so massive, and I wasn't willing to take that hit. So the kitchen stuff is pretty cheap, but the rest of it, to an extent, is a little bit nicer. But I loved how the bed and the table there kind of merged together. I didn't actually intend for that to happen. I obviously had move objects on when I was building, and then when I placed the bed, they just kind of merged like that. The colour swatch isn't completely identical, I don't think, but it's identical enough that it just fits together really nicely, and kind of makes a really good use of the space, because the house isn't really wide enough to have that table anywhere else except against the wall. So it kind of works quite well, stops it looking like a weird corridor, I feel, because it kind of looks like it's built together. So I thought that was a really neat touch. But yeah, it's obviously a pretty simple build. Because it is a starter home, it's only 15k, so the decoration's all pretty minimal. I do a little bit of a crazy thing with the landscaping in a few minutes, which you'll see when we get there. I'm not going to say what it is, because it was a very brave decision on my behalf, I think. Hopefully you like it when we get there. But yeah, because it's such a simple build, I figured it'd be a good time for me to check in with you guys. Like, how are you all doing? Obviously it's pretty crazy times at the moment, and I don't want to talk too much about what's going on. So obviously it's really stressful and we all hear so much about it, but I hope you're all okay and you're all keeping safe, and looking after yourselves. I have basically just been building a load on The Sims. I live alone, which I mentioned before. So I am completely on my lonesome, which is fine. I'm pretty used to it now. It's not so bad, but it does mean I'm building a load. So yeah, I worked out yesterday that in the 7 days prior to that, I'd uploaded 5 videos, which is obviously quite a lot, which I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of how much stuff I'm making, and I feel like it's improving slowly. So if you haven't checked out my other videos, please do, and please do subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram all the time, so please do come and say hello to me, because I'm on my own, the only people I'm talking to are people online through screens, even more so than usual. So yeah, do come and say hi. I am very happy to chat to people because it breaks up the day. But yeah, I hope you're all kind of looking after yourselves, and are keeping safe. But as you can see, we're onto the landscaping now, so we are back in that debug menu, which I am slowly finding my way around. Something really cool in this build is I found those little stepping stones that everyone is using. I don't know if I have all of them. I could only find 3. I don't know if the others are in a different place, but I was so happy because in my last video, I think the last one or one before, it was the woodland cabin one. I think it was the one before last. I spoke about cutting out loads and loads of debug stuff with just me scrolling through it for hours and hours. Well, minutes and minutes. And I did that then, and I did not see them. I must have completely missed them, but I found them today. So I'm really, really excited about it because I was convinced that they came in some pack that I don't have. And as I say, I think there's a couple that I seem to not have. I don't know if they're in a different place in debug or whatever, but I'm so happy with the ones that I found, so I can finally use them, which is nice. But yeah, this build was actually inspired by a sort of architecture type, not architecture, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. A tiny home that I saw on Instagram. I've been following lots of like actual building Instagrams, and this was kind of inspired by that, which is super cute. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I would love to live in a tiny home. It's just, they're so, so sweet and easy to keep clean and stop you having too much stuff, because I hate having too much stuff around. It really stresses me out. So I like things to be, to an extent, like, you know, surfaces relatively clear, not too much stuff around, because it just, yeah, it feels very, very overwhelming for me. So I love like tiny homes. I love looking at tiny homes, and I would love to have one day. Who knows, maybe one day I'll get my tiny home dream. But yeah, I'm just kind of finishing off the landscaping here. There's the crazy thing I did. I put in a pond because I figured I had such an open space and I didn't want to put loads of trees and stuff there. So I figured, you know what, I can't afford a pool, let's put a debug pond, complete with fishing sign. So you're welcome, your sim can go out there and fish. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but I actually really like it. I think it's really nice. And you know, we've got the space in the backyard because the house is so small. And as I say, I couldn't afford to put a bunch of like activities and things out there. So yeah, we went for a pond. The item or room I'm using now is one of Simlissy's clutter rooms. They're all on the gallery. They're super, super cool. A bunch of items got deleted from this one because I don't have the pack, but it's still super useful. We are coming up to the screenshots now, everyone, so I hope you enjoyed the build, and yeah, I'll see you all soon. Bye guys. Two people across the road are currently stood in their doorway chatting to someone, and I'm convinced they can see me recording this through the window, which is super embarrassing. I hope they can't, but oh well, we're done now. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!